Time. The wedding was lovely. Yeah, it's ready. It's very good.
All right, good evening. I'll call to order the regular meeting of the Hampton Township Council for Wednesday, August 26, 2026. And we will start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Blackburn,
Present.
Ms. Fritsch,
Present.
Mr. Midgley,
Present.
Mr. Scholey,
Present.
Dr. Johnson,
Present.
Mr. Speakman.
Present.
All right, first item on the agenda, can I get a motion to approve the minutes for the following meetings? The regular meeting held Wednesday, July 22nd, the public hearing, and the agenda meeting held Wednesday, August 12th.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Blackburn,
Favor but abstain for August 12th.
Ms. Fritsch,
Favor but abstain from August 12th.
Mr. Midgley,
Favor.
Mr. Scholey,
Favor.
Dr. Johnson.
Favor. All right, next item on the agenda is citizens' agenda matters. If anyone has anything that they would like to address to council, please step to the microphone and state your name and address. Mr. Worley?
Yeah, I don't think your volume's turned up.
My mic's on.
Yeah.
Any better now? Okay.
Yeah.
My name's Al Whirling, resident of Allison Park for over 65 years. I haven't been to the meetings lately because I've been busy at work. But this zoning for the drive-through coffee shop, back before ABS braking on these new vehicles, I could sit in my backyard and watch from the Sunoco station to Anderson Road and hear squealing tire all the way down until a big crash. Nowadays, with the new technology and the braking systems in cars, you don't hear no skid marks. All you hear is crash, 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 crash. I hear them impacting fender benders all the time. Is there gonna be a traffic signal for people to pull in and out to go north and south?
There is not. Right now, it is proposed that there not be, right now we are trying to determine whether or not people should be allowed to turn left and go south out of that. But that has not been decided.
Back in the day when they built the Allison Park Post Office and forbade people to make a left south, what do people do? They pull out of the post office, cut across,
Go to the
all
bank.
four into the bank.
We're aware. We've had lots of discussions about the businesses that do and do not have ability to turn left out of their lots, and we've been discussing it with our traffic engineers. We've been discussing it with, is it PennDOT?
And
Yes.
if these people that are the businessmen are trying to put this in, what's gonna happen when the banner goes up and all the pageantry of grand opening and someone pulls out and 3 people get killed? It seems like the Route 8 corridor is turning into Breezewood. There were so many family-owned businesses. Is Kentucky Fried Chicken ever coming back?
We have no idea.
No.
Gone, gone, gone. Thank you.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to address? Please step up to the podium.
Hi folks, my name's Eric Gamey. I live at 3305 Wagner Road. I'm here to talk about a flooding problem. My front yard looks like an Olympic swimming pool, being flooded with farm water coming from Simon's Farm. I believe I've been talking to Ryan, not getting anywhere. talking to Sue, not getting anywhere. This problem been going on for 20 years. So, been doing a lot of research. Lately I've hired a lawyer. I'm here to talk to you folks because, lawyer's expensive. And if this problem isn't fixed with the township's idea, you guys have PV engineering, consulting, gathering data. If this problem isn't fixed, then I need to proceed with hiring my own engineering firm to come in and give a resolution. It's gonna end up in front of magistrate. I have property damage. Nobody stepped forward to accept responsibility for the property damage. Neither the township nor Mr. Cafaro, who, Mr. Cafaro apparently put a smaller sized pipe, a 15-inch pipe, onto a township storm drain. It's not working. But that's not the only issue with my property. Since the road has been paved, the paving job isn't good. I have water coming in over the front of my driveway. I also have water coming in on the curb going up into Maryville. I have that sandbagged right now. Front of driveway, I can't do anything with. That needs to be repaved. Or have talk to an engineer, paving engineer, see what they can come up with. I need to know what the township wants to do. If the township doesn't want to do anything, Ryan has denied fixing the water coming into my driveway. That should be going down the gutter. It's not. He says it's not a serious enough flooding issue to address. I could show you video that would definitely contest that. I've even sent Ryan video.
And I've been out there during periods of time when it's raining, as has Ms. Burnett. Heavy rains, which is frankly the only types of rain we seem to get in 2026.
So you told me that you've been out there with Sue Burnett. Have you taken video?
I personally don't take video. You did take video, Susan, last year when you were out during a heavy rainstorm.
So you guys
Yes.
have video to go along with my video?
Yes.
And what is the decision on this?
Well, I think there's,
I mean, if you put the water in the pipe, if you provide Mr. Cafaro, which this is the plan, we're gonna provide Mr. Cafaro with a pipe. That pipe takes away my ability for flood insurance. That changes the natural flow of water. Now I'm stuck with property that floods, which is valueless to me. If I was to sell this property, I would have definitely issues. I don't know how anybody could sell a property that got an Olympic-sized swimming pool in the front yard. This has been going on for 20 years. Somebody needs to do something. I'm tired of going out there and cleaning up the mess. This is farm water. You know, my wife is already fighting cancer. We're taking a good hard look to see if what Mr. Cafaro is spraying on the farm is flooding our yard, is killing her.
I would say this, if you don't mind, Matt.
Now, I've talked to
President,
DOA about finding out what's in this water.
Okay.
Apparently, since it's not a turf application, I can't ask that question. I can ask it, but he doesn't have to tell me. It's not being applied to a soccer field, not being applied to a golf course. It's not a turf application. It's a farm application.
I don't believe that's anything that the township would have any jurisdiction over, so I don't believe that we could force him to
Nobody can
give you any
force it.
info.
You can ask him, but he doesn't have to tell you. The Department of Agriculture already established that. The only way I can tell is I gotta wait for the frothy brown bubbles to come floating through my front yard, scoop them up and do my own testing.
Yeah. And if you'd like, Mr. Amy, you, me, Adam from PVE, we can sit down and sort of talk about what our findings are at this point with regard to stormwater in your area. I will say, I think you're underestimating the extent to which there's drainage off of Maryville that's causing you a problem, which is a private road. I think we do disagree with you on the nature of the curb at your driveway. I mean, the videos you've sent has not shown water hopping over the curb. It just hasn't. I mean, you've been out there and looked at it as well. I think, yeah. Yeah, and it's, as you have said, to me.
Public Works foreman was out there, were they out there last Thursday? It was over the curb last Thursday.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I got video on my cell phone that shows.
I know,
it
I've
over
seen
the
your
curb.
video.
You've
Yes.
seen the video.
Yes.
You know that it's coming over the curb.
It's not indicated that in the video, no.
It's coming over the front of the driveway. Would anybody here like to see the video?
I have the video, I can share it with them
Can
if
you share it with
necessary,
these
but,
folks?
again, this is a
I
matter,
mean, this is the problem. If you fix the pipe, I still have flooding.
you also have
I
a,
still have property damage.
just to be clear though, you also have a front yard that is a natural bowl. Like, your front yard is naturally
My
a
front yard
bowl.
is a natural bowl. You
Yes.
guys already put a storm drain in my front yard to drain the water out, which
Mm-hmm.
is not functioning as a drain. When we have a heavy rain, the water comes back in that storm drain,
Yes.
and you know that.
Like I said,
Now, we also have a pipe that goes under Maryville Road, starts in my neighbor's yard, comes through my driveway. It's an 18-inch pipe. You're trying to stuff a farm through an 18-inch pipe. It's not working.
but that's a private system, to be clear. That is not a public, that part is not a public
That
system.
part was redone when you redid the sewage system 20 years ago. You redid the entire storm system in this area. You tore out the tin whistle pipe, put it in plastic. Did anybody do a groundwater test? I asked Sue that question. The answer was no.
It's still a private system though.
Yeah.
Like, if the township did it 20, I don't recall that, but if the
So,
township did it, it's
if
still a
you're
private.
Hold on, I just wanted to hear your response.
It's still, even if, I don't have any records showing that the township did that pipe, which is under Maryville, correct?
I have
That's what
records
we're
of that,
talking about.
yes. I got
Okay.
If you could
pictures,
show us
records. I
But-
could share that with you, no problem.
That's, if the township did it, it's still considered a private system because it's not taking water from the township infrastructure. It's taking it from the Simon's Farm area.
Yes, it's taking a lot of water.
Yeah,
Then-
but it's not from the township roads.
It
the
goes
township
into a
sources.
township catch basin.
It's still a
So
private
if
system.
that pipe needs to be upgraded and it's dumping into a catch basin, which dumps into another catch basin, which goes through a pipe that Mr. Cafaro was kind enough to downsize, where's the wind?
The township would never replace that pipe under Maryville Drive.
Say I've replaced that pipe. Say I hire a firm and they say that pipe needs to be 32 inches. What's that gonna do to the township storm drain?
We only own the system that's in Wagner Road from the two catch basins.
Right.
Who
that pipe
owns
goes
the
right into
system
the-
then?
That pipe goes right into the catch basin. If I need to enlarge that pipe to avoid a flooding problem, what's that gonna do to your storm drain? What's that gonna do to the outlet?
Yeah.
That would have to be done by engineering.
Yeah, Mr. Amy, I would recommend, if you'd like, I'll reach out to you tomorrow morning. Let's set up a time, you, me, Adam,
Brian,
Susan, we
I
can
have
sit
reached
down and
out to
talk
you
about
many
it.
times. I've
Yes,
reached out to
but
you.
we just
You told
gotta-
me you were gonna keep me in the loop. You've done none of that. That's why I'm up here.
Well, we just
You're not doing your
finalized
job.
the study, we just finalized the study by PVE
So we do
in the
have
past
results
couple,
from that.
yeah, we have their analysis of the situation, so,
Your
you know.
analysis
So,
of the
I'm
situation,
just-
Where are you going with the water?
And Eric, the other thing I'm gonna say to you, sir.
Hold on, if we could just
I
let
have-
each
Yeah.
other talk and finish their
Does the wa-
sentences.
the
Well,
water
sir,
pipe-
you just didn't let me finish.
Yeah.
Just let everybody finish. So we're recording it. We gotta create a record, right?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, you have to also understand, if you're coming to council, if you're coming to a meeting and saying, I'm considering hiring a lawyer, my advice to council, and I'm pretty sure that Ms. Cromer's advice is going to be at this point, you know, we should simply let the process play itself out
That's
legally.
what the lawyer told me, let the
Yeah.
process play out.
Yes.
But the process playing out is gonna cost me because what you're doing is not gonna come anywhere near fixing the problem. That's another thing, you're putting where are you going with the water? Mr. Cafaro's pipeline that the township is planning, you told me you were gonna give Mr. Cafaro.
I said we were working with him, yes,
He was gonna install the pipe. This is how we
Yes.
got to here in the first
Mhm.
place.
yes.
If you're gonna give Mr. Cafaro this pipe, where's it gonna outlet to?
I'll tell you what, like I said, I think we need to sit down and go through this with Adam, and we can go from there.
I want you to tell the folks on this council where that pipe goes to.
No, he's not gonna
What?
comment without the engineer being present. I think
Yeah.
Mr. Drosky and everyone's been very polite, and I believe they've also gone through the trouble of having
yeah.
this
Can-
engineering study. Just hold on for a second. And if Mr. Drosky's offering to meet with you with the engineer to answer all of your engineering questions as a show of good faith, I think you should take him up on that, because it makes perfect sense.
And you can have your
Mr.
engineer
Jaworski
present.
has been down to my house
Mhm.
with engineers before.
And now they've
I have
completed the
had-
study, and they can explain it to
I
you.
have had engineers done with Chris and the former township manager.
Okay, that's my question.
And the engineer told me that I live in the low spot of Hampton Township and I should get used to being flooded. He made no mention of a pipe being reduced in size, and the township knew about that at that time.
Well, I mean,
But
that was a prior, I mean, look, there's a new township manager. We can't make any decisions right now anyway. This is the first time that I'm hearing about it. I've been on council for over 5 years. So,
can I interrupt one more time, please? I'm very
why
sorry.
not? Go ahead.
The pipe goes into Heartwood Acres. I went over and tried to find the end of the pipe. I could not. I found a muddy area. I followed the trench line out of the pipe, led right down to the dog park. So you're taking farm water, shipping it right down to the county dog park.
I would point out the pipe follows a natural drainage course that existed prior to that pipe being installed.
And I'm trying to understand, the pipe is owned by whom?
It's on private property. It's not owned by us.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
So why are we why are you budgeting money for Mr. Cafaro to fix this problem if it's not a township problem?
Well, we were willing to work with him to address this issue if we could. We're not certain we can, and upon further investigation by the township engineer, they've actually found that there are other problems that may be bigger than the pipe that goes underneath Wagner Road.
and are any of
Such as?
those problems fixable?
Maryville is the big one. That Maryville pipe is a big one, and that's a private system. That's not,
Okay.
there's nothing we can do with that. But yeah,
So what are you saying about the Maryville system? You need
it's
a bigger-
private.
You need a bigger pipe in there?
I can't speak for Adam on that one. He simply said that that was a problem, but since there was nothing we could do about it, he didn't have any recommendation offhand. Yeah, I mean, we had that meeting with the foreman and Adam, I believe, last week. So, yes, yeah.
So we fix this problem and I still get flooding from the gutter.
You're talking about the curb, correct, in that case?
Curb,
Again,
gutter, yes.
we're going to agree to disagree on that one.
You're not gonna fix it?
I don't think we're making any representations
No.
as to anything the township is going to do. Mr. Jarosky has offered to meet with you and the engineer, and I think that's as far as we're willing to go this evening.
Okay,
Yeah,
you can reach out to me.
I'll call you tomorrow morning.
And if you could share the results
Certainly.
of that meeting with council.
Of course.
Thank you. All right, anyone else have anything they'd like to address to council? No? All right, then we will move on to administration. Item A, please.
Yeah, just seeking authorization to advertise. This is an amendment to our stormwater fee ordinance that would establish a period where people could pay the full face value of our stormwater fee. That currently does not exist. According to, we talked about this with legal counsel, if we get authorization to advertise tonight, we could consider this at our regular meeting on September 23rd, and it would take effect for the 2027 billing year. There is no public hearing that needs to happen as per advice of GTN. So having said that, it's my recommendation that you give us authorization to advertise for a stormwater fee amendment.
Does anyone have any questions about this item? Again, just to refresh everyone's memory, it's just it's adjusting the installment period due dates to make a little bit more sense, and it's adding that face payment period. Any questions? All right, then can I get a motion to authorize the manager to advertise an amendment to the stormwater fee ordinance, per the memo
Motion.
dated August 6th?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Fritsch?
Favor.
Mr. Midgley?
Favor.
Mr. Shuley?
Favor.
Ms. Blackburn?
Favor.
Dr. Johnson?
Favor. Item B, please.
Yeah, just seeking authorization to advertise for November 9th, 2026 for our annual budget workshop. It'll be at the Adult Lounge in the Community Center.
Anyone have any questions?
What was that, Dave?
November ninth.
Monday, November 9th, 2026.
And there will be a reminder around November 1st, 2nd, 5th.
There,
All of those days.
there may have been a calendar invite that was already sent.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now that that might not be sufficient.
There will be reminders.
Thank you.
All right, duly noted.
But if everyone could also put it on the calendar.
Okay, I'll put it on my calendar now.
It
I'm
is,
just
you said
saying.
the 9th, right?
The 9th.
Oh, yeah, it's already on mine.
Well, there you go. All right, then can I get a motion to advertise, to authorize the township manager to advertise for the budget workshop for November 9th, 2026?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Midgley?
Favor.
Mr. Shuley?
It's already on my calendar. Favor.
Ms. Blackburn?
It's already on my calendar. Favor.
Ms. Fritsch?
Favor.
Dr. Johnson?
Just to add, it is on my calendar, so
All right.
favor.
All right.
Item C, please.
Okay, it's actually great that we're talking about this particular matter, as we have pretty much everyone who was in the interviews for the Architectural Services RFP present at this meeting. I recognize Mr. Cohen, Chief Pivison, Mr. Schmidt, J.R. Young, our Director of Facilities, Jerry, Susan, you were all there. So, yeah, the recommendation before council, I know you all have heard me ad nauseum discuss how many proposals we got. The reality is we narrowed it down to 6 firms that we shortlisted over the past month, I should say. We interviewed those 6 firms. We visited several facilities that were designed by some of those shortlisted firms. The recommendation before you this evening is to award a contract to Weber Murphy Fox, the team led by Weber Murphy Fox, at a cost not to exceed $760,000. That firm showed the most experience. I think the most defining thing about that firm, and I'll let, with Chief Pivison being here and JR and Albert and Eric, they can certainly add what they'd like. It's led by a gentleman named Mark Edelman, who has been the architect of record for several local fire stations, including Wexford VFD, Franklin Park VFD, which I think was probably the one we were most impressed with when we looked at it. Ingomar and Peters Township Fire Station number 3, where I did previously work with him in that capacity, designing that fire station down there. He has a lot of experience. The team is strong. Gateway Engineers and HF would do the civil. They're familiar with our system. HF Lens would do the mechanical, electrical, plumbing. JR has worked closely with HF Lens and thinks highly of them. Again, in my experience with Mark, I think he's a very practical guy, which is something I value in an architect more than gold. That's my recommendation. Chief Pivison, JR, any of you gentlemen want to come up and speak?
I don't need to come up.
Come on, yeah you do. Yeah you do.
No, I second that. I mean, we toured a lot of the facilities there. Mark has done Pine Station, Wexford Station. He's done Franklin Parks. We know what we're going to get. Like Brian said, it's very practical. It makes sense to move forward with it. So, thank you.
Yeah, and that's no shade on any of the other firms. And it was not easy. Like, I mean, I got to tell you, it was a very impressive list of firms that got shortlisted. We got very lucky in that sense. So,
Anybody else want to comment? Y'all came here tonight?
JR, you're here. Come on.
I drove all this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I will say, I'll third it. These individuals are going to be living in the space. I'll be there.
You're going to be maintaining it, though.
Construction of that too, through the construction process, and I think yes, they're not local, but they're as local as we can get. Some of the other firms do have local presence. BKV was very broad. They did a lot around the country with fire stations and EMS, and their expertise was very good. They just didn't have, the MEP wasn't local, kind of shakes me a little bit. I mean, if we were building something like 50,000 square feet, then maybe, but we're looking at like 18 to 20. So I think, you know, having that local presence of the MEP, you know, they're only 2 hours away. They're interior designers, they're actual designers and architect firm. It was very, I liked it a lot. It made me feel comfortable, put it that way. AE7, I can tell you, I worked with them in the past, but they built a very, very high end up in Zillionople, and that's not us. Very well designed, but just very high end. That would overshoot our budget dramatically. PVEDI, I like them a lot. I think we all kind of did too. Their specialty person, she was based in Florida, and not saying that's a bad thing, but I think she would have been a lot of back and forth. We weren't really sure how much that would have been here in Pittsburgh. She was a Pittsburgh native. She was looking forward to it, but it just didn't, again, more of a local presence seemed to be a good fit, actually a great fit for what we are looking for on this size of this building. So.
All right, thank you.
Any questions on that?
No?
I just think it's really exciting that this is moving forward. We
And-
have waited for this facility and these first steps since I think we joined in 2018, and so here we are. It's very exciting.
And lest my silence be construed as anything negative, it's not that at all. This is not my expertise. I have to be part of the process,
Yeah.
and looking forward to being part of the process moving forward. And indeed, no doubt about it.
Yes.
Right, well, and it's also very reassuring that all of you seem to be in agreement about which firm to go forward with.
And the only thing I would add, and I know I said this before, but just for the sake of being on the record again, there will be some costs above the 760 because the traffic engineering is not included in here. It's being done by Trans, so that there's a good coordination with the Route 8 Wildwood project. And also there is some underground sanitary sewer in that area, as Mr. Degnan made me aware of last year, that is going to have to be moved. That work will probably be designed at least by KLH.
I can't be the only one not saying anything. I will just say I agree.
All right. All right, any questions or any other comments? All right, then can I get a motion to award the contract for architectural services for the proposed public safety facility to the team led by Weber Murphy Fox at a cost not to exceed $760,000 per the memo dated August 9th?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Shuley,
Favor?
Ms. Blackburn,
Favor.
Ms. Fritsch,
Favor?
Mr. Midgley,
Favor.
Dr. Johnson.
Favor. Item D, please.
Yeah, now the bad news. Yeah, we got our insurance renewals, our premiums on Monday actually from Hub International, our broker. They cover our general liability, police protection, public officials, and cybersecurity coverage. Unfortunately, as I suspected, we did see an increase in the premiums, nearly exclusively due to a rise in our property liability insurance. It turns out when you build a new treatment plant, insuring it costs more money. So, as I said to Ms. Fritsch before this meeting, if you're looking for people to blame, you can blame the guy who told you you needed the new treatment plant, or you can blame the guy who told you you should get an appraisal once that treatment plant is done. Take
And
your
just
pick.
for the record, I blame the guy who wanted the
As well
appraisal,
you should.
just so you know.
So, our building and contents, our actual rates and multipliers for general liability did not go up at all. It was purely that value of building and contents. It went up $25.2 million with the new plant. So, as a result of that, our premiums initially rose $34,653. Hub came back to us, Hub International, our broker, came back to us and said, look, here's some options you could do to kind of lower that cost. And what they recommended was increasing the property deductible. Right now, our property deductible is $1,000. They recommended going up to either $5,000 or $10,000. I think that's fair. I think going to $10,000 is fair. It saves us about $5,500 in premiums. If you look at it, our fixed asset capitalization is $10,000. So, And honestly, we're not gonna do a claim on a building or a piece of property that's anything less. I mean, the last time we did that was the storm last year on April 29th, and that was $70,000. So,
Jerry, we have $10,000 to cover.
It's a 2-year payback, so.
We've got it.
yeah, so my recommendation is to bind coverage for public officials, police protection, cybersecurity, and general liability insurances through Hub International at a cost of $192,956, raising our deductible for property liability coverage to $10,000.
Right. Anyone have any questions about that?
Just kind of doing our due
No.
diligence. Have we shopped our insurance?
I think
company?
that's something we should consider, yes. Yes, I think we should consider that.
For
But
this
that's-
year or for next year?
No, this year, our insurance year runs from September 1st to August 31st, but now especially that we have a new appraisal done, I think that's something we should consider for the next appraisal year, is to bid out our insurance coverage and see if we're getting the best rates.
For argument's sake, how come, are there other options other than 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000, like 25 or 50? I mean, when we're talking millions, I mean, and what would our comfort level be?
Yeah, I did look around to other communities. The highest I saw was 10,000. Yeah, Mount Lebanon, McCandless, and Peters Township all have $10,000 property liability. There's other communities that are still at 1,000, which I think is very low.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything beyond that, though.
Just wondering if they offered that, you know, as a way to reduce the premium. Like if you go to 25, to your point,
Yeah.
I mean, if we have something where we need to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, execute that, it's probably going to be well in excess of that anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they did not offer more than 10. I don't know, and they honestly said there would probably be. I believe actually Rob Amostini was in the meeting with me, and he brought up increasing actually some of our other deductibles to like $1,000 from $250 or $500, and they said that's going to have a negligible impact. So, yeah.
Insurance keeps getting more and more expensive.
Yes, it
that's
does.
for sure.
I will say this: our cybersecurity coverage did not go up, and I was shocked because that's been going up 30 and 40% annually, like clockwork. It did not; it was flat. And our police and our public officials, police went up 2.5%. Public officials only went up 1.9%. So, if we hadn't, if we didn't build a new plant, we would be, we'd be even. We pretty much have a rate freeze.
Thanks, Jim.
And how long is that? I mean, at what point will they want to do, you know, another appraisal, another relook? I'm just thinking
Typically,
about
every 10 years,
what we just discussed at the fire station.
Yeah, you're not wrong with that. I got to be honest. My hope was to do an appraisal every 7 to 10 years because it's not a real fun process. But I do think we're probably gonna have to look at doing some type of interim one after we build the new public safety building, given the value we'll be insuring. So yes.
All right, any other questions? All right, then can I get a motion to renew the township's public officials, police protection, cybersecurity, and general liability insurance through Hub International at a cost of $192,956 while raising the deductible for property liability coverage to $10,000.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Blackburn?
Favor.
Ms. Fritsch?
Favor.
Mr. Midgley?
Favor.
Mr. Shuley?
Favor.
Dr. Johnson?
Favor.
The next item just involves absolution of liens associated with a 52-foot by 52-foot parcel in the middle of a cemetery off of Wickline Road. Yes, that was our reaction too when they made the request. What happened was this property has been maintained by a family. It's Kashira Halev Fife. She's since given it to the Jewish Cemetery and Burial Association. What they found when they did that transfer, though, was that in 1941, an ancestor of Kashira had actually bought that 52 by 52 plot for her family at a cost of $500 back then, which is like $11,000 now. The problem is they quit paying taxes on it 75 years ago. The actual value of the taxes is nothing, but this is similar to what you see of these vacant parcels. The value of the penalty and liens actually starts to exceed the value of taxes. Like the actual value of taxes over that 75 years is only like $52, or it's $53.53. But the liens and penalties are over $1,200. Their goal is to transfer that parcel to the JCBA as well. But as part of that, they've approached the three taxing bodies, us, the school district, the county, to get forgiveness on these liens. So given the situation, I think that's appropriate.
And I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We have no insight into, it's basically if we say, okay, it's just our portion, the county and the others could not, technically.
Yeah, they could not. I mean, I can
We
tell
have
you.
no
I've-
indication they would do that.
Yeah, I've been in touch with Jeff Klein at the school district.
Okay.
They're amenable to doing this.
Seems like
yeah.
it just makes sense.
Yeah, and the county usually plays, if the two lower taxing bodies go along with it, the county plays ball.
And if not, we did our part.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
I think we're gonna be okay with them.
It's not the money, it is.
All right, any other questions?
It's like 86 years or something.
All right, if there's no other questions, can I get a motion to absolve the township liens associated with the tax parcel at 2649 Wick Line for the manager's recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Fritsch?
Favor.
Mr. Midgley?
Favor.
Mr. Sholey?
Favor.
Ms. Blackburn?
Favor.
Dr. Johnson?
Favor.
Sort of similar to the architectural services RFP, this is another matter we've been discussing for 2 months, and I know we talked about it as well as strategic planning. The ordinance before you tonight would require that all commercial, industrial, multifamily, educational, nursing home, healthcare facilities install a Knox box upon the condition of issuance of a building or zoning permit, change of ownership, or issuance of a new occupancy permit. I think you're all familiar with what a Knox box is by now. It's a lockbox mechanism. Al Cohen, who's here tonight, and Mike Pivison can attest to their effectiveness. Eric Schmidt, I know, has spoken. Eric, you sent me an unsolicited text message from a resident who is in favor of them. I have a feeling it's the same person I talked to. It was my former neighbor at Devlin's Point. She writes very.
Your name in there.
What?
She did mention your name.
Yeah, she was my former neighbor. Yeah, she was very much in favor of it. She writes very nice cursive, which I haven't seen in some time. As you're aware, O'Hara Township, McCandless, Mount Lebanon have all adopted similar ordinances. Al's worked very closely with the Knox Box program. I know, Al, if you could come up. I know there were some questions about sort of how the program's administered right now. If you have them, Mr. Cohen can certainly answer them.
Yeah, it was started in 2019 prior to me being hired in the township. I just basically took the ball and continued the process. It's grown from 20 to approximately 40. We've had nothing but positive feedback. Knock on wood, we haven't had any problems to this date. It does save time. That's the biggest thing for our emergency responders, is time. So,
Yeah, I think, to me, this is a basic sort of life safety issue, and how it works is there's a master Knox box. It's actually in Chief Pivison's truck, and there's another one that you're working with the police department to get one as well.
Correct. It's a more secure program where we just don't give out keys to anybody. I'm the administrator of it. I track it online. If there's a call and they go and use it, I can see it. If someone decides they want to clean out Home Depot at 2:30 in the morning and there's no fire alarm and they find out that everything's gone, but they use the key, I can track and see it. Obviously, I work with the police on that matter as well. But it's very secure. Currently, as it sits now, the volunteer fire department has mechanisms with keys. They type in a key, type in a keypad, and they take the key out, use it, put it back. I see that they do that, and they move on. But time is the biggest factor. And if you talk to anybody, emergency services, police, fire, and EMS, they'll tell you that's the biggest thing. I think it's the most secure system we have. For that, if you talk to other municipalities, it is not set up that way. So I like it the way that it is. We're trying to expand it. Actually, we are expanding it to the police department, hopefully to provide access for all. I'd be happy to answer any questions or concerns because people do have questions and concerns in the field once I explain it to them. Security is a big factor. These are basically mini vaults attached to a building. Again, knock on wood, we haven't had any problems. But I know security is a big factor, and I can clearly understand that. That's access to a commercial business. And we do actually have one residential. That was not from as a result of me talking to them. They actually went above and beyond to do that on their own. But I do understand their concerns. I am causing of cost. However, as everyone knows, the cost of everything up has gone up substantially in the last 5 years. These are anywhere between $500 and $700. Commercial storefronts are anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000. The fire department has been told, and Mike can attest to this, try before you pry. If the building's on fire, I don't think they'll care about a door frame, but anything else, they use the key and go in.
You say you can track it online?
Yes, without getting into the specifics, for security purposes.
Can't hear you.
It's basically, it tracks who the users are. So if they go and use it, they type in the keypad in the fire engine, and let's say Mike has code 1234, and they have a fire call, and it shows that he used it at that time, then I know he used it. Like I use as an example, someone conducted a burglary or decided that they wanted to be cognizant of not going out and doing something illegal, we can track it and say they use their code basically to gain access to something. But we haven't had any problems with that. That's just an example. But yes, it's tracked online.
So who all has access to seeing what activity is done online? So you have that access, but does anybody else?
I have access online. Our IT department, the administrator has it, but he'll tell you that he, I think, forgot his passwords. He has to reset it, so he's not interested in going online.
He's also a new employee who,
Yeah, so he helps administrator the back end of it. I just had a secondary user in case something would happen where I wouldn't be able to access it, or if I'm not available. If there's an emergency, if we would need, like, as an example, to have the police say, hey, we need someone to find out who accessed it, he would be able to access that system, but just currently myself is practically the user.
Well, the risk management side of me says that more than one person has to have access to that system and know their password.
Yeah, and I would say, given the, I mean, our IT administrator, I think, is a very competent individual for that. He's retired military as well, so you get that. The other point I would make, sort of going off of what Mr. Cohen said, if you look locally, I know I've searched for it. I can't see of any felonies or any type of criminal activity that's resulted from the Knoxbox programs. I know Ms. Cromer has attested to that, and other clients she's had. In terms of security, one of our newest businesses is Detroit Switch. They build switches for submarines for the United States Navy. They're a Department of Defense contractor, and they've actually installed a Knoxbox. I mean, if there's any business in Hampton that's concerned with security, it would be them. And they were very amenable to working with us on that. So.
I would echo that too. I'm not looking for additional work to go and on in every business to go and put those in. Like Mr. Drossman said, it's change of ownership, change of use, any new facility.
Yeah, and our ISO rating, one of the things they look at, Knoxbox is, they look at access availability. That's one of the things that gets into an ISO rating for a community, which actually affects the insurance rates that are paid by businesses and residents. So, Knoxbox has helped reduce that. It's always a helpful thing.
All right, any other questions? Ordinance number?
883.
All right, can I get a motion to adopt ordinance 883 requiring Knoxbox installation for new commercial, industrial, school, and government properties and existing structures, such existing structures for which a new building zoning or occupancy permit is requested?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Midgley?
Favor.
Mr. Sholey?
Favor.
Ms. Blackburn?
Favor.
Ms. Fritsch?
Favor.
Dr. Johnson?
Favor.
Thank you.
All right, next item on the agenda is the North Hills COG report. However, the executive board did not meet this month, so I will defer to the manager.
We meet on September 11th.
All right,
Yes.
so there is nothing to report this month.
Yeah.
Water Authority monthly report. Is there anything to add?
I would note, actually, tonight is the retirement party for April Winkleman, the executive director of the Water Authority. So Ian Ferguson will be taking over. I know, Susan, you've worked very closely with him. I mean, we have a good working relationship with him, and I would,
Communication has gone fairly well even in the last week, so.
Yeah, and I would just recognize April in her service to the Water Authority.
And Ian is the new,
Yes, Ian Ferguson.
not interim, not temporary. He will be the new one.
Yes.
Okay. All right, engineers monthly report. Anything
to add?
I have nothing.
Legal counsel monthly report.
Nothing to add.
Controller's monthly report.
Hi. A little catch up on general fund information. Real estate tax collections continue to trail 2025 and are slightly behind budget. While earned income is 180,000 ahead of last year, it is only on pace to meet budget. E-transfer tax continues to be a surprise. Through August, it is $240,000 ahead of last year and well ahead of budget. So that may be our bright spot on the revenue side. Building permits, tap-in, and capacity fees continue to trail 25. While these 2026 budgets were reduced in anticipation of fewer new home constructions, they will likely finish below budget. General fund interest income is also behind 2025 and will likely finish below budget. Through July, pool revenues trailed 2025 by 17,000. With additional closures for repairs and an earlier start to the school year, there will likely be a shortfall in the 2026 budget. A late Labor Date, 2 weeks from Monday or whenever, may help minimize that amount of shortfall. Summer Play Camp has had another record year. Budget has already been exceeded by 20,000, and this is through July. There's still a couple of weeks to go in August to be brought in. The program contributes nearly 80,000 towards the community center operations. So revenue minus expense is a positive. Insurances are 61,000 ahead of 2025, and they exceed budget for the year already by 52,000. It reflects an increased dividend that we have from our workers' comp premium investment, but unfortunately reimbursement for workers' compensation claims are a major growth in that particular number. And with 2 officers still out, numbers going to continue to climb a bit. Not much has changed on the expense side. We'll say police salaries and benefits is a complicated situation. It's collectively $130,000 over 25 and will be over budget at the end of the year. The salary budget for 26 was based on 25 pay rate. Contract negotiations were still in process, and so the budget was set at the current wage rate. Staffing has oscillated with retirements, resignations, new hires, workers' comp, and maternity leave. These factors have contributed specifically to overtime, which is already 25,000 over the entire year's budget, and 70,000 more than 25 at this time. Expenses at the sewage treatment plant are collectively $200,000 over the same period in 25. This is $30,000 increase over the variance that I reported to you last month. Utility, sludge removal, belt press polymers, camera software subscriptions, as well as pump station repairs are the main contributors to the increased cost. Paralleling the cause of reduced pool revenue due to closures, wages for pool operations are down $25,000, so a little bit lower on expense. Utility costs, however, they have come down a bit, but chemical costs have increased substantially this year. Overall, the pool operations, cost of operations is $26,000 over the same period, 25. Special events expenses have exceeded 25 by $30,000 and are basically at the year's budget, but we still have Halloween and additional light up night expenses are yet to be incurred, so 2026 budget will be exceeded. Community center staffing and operating expenses are $31,000 over the 2025 budget, and are actual, and then probability will exceed budget. And that's a wrap up of the operating revenue and expenses unless you have other questions. I'm not going to talk about stormwater.
Anyone have any questions? All right, Information Technology Monthly Report.
I'd actually like to recognize Mark Patty. Mark, I know I told you it would be like 15 to 20 minutes, but I'm a long-winded individual. Mark's the township's GIS coordinator, GIS administrator, I'm sorry, he's in attendance tonight. A little over a year ago, he and Jim Degnan came to me about using an application within our GIS system, would link with our GIS system to track inspections of our sanitary sewer system. Both Jim and Mark stressed to me that this was a common practice in other communities and other sanitary authorities. It was something that I give Mark a lot of credit. I got to tell you, I don't want to end up on the other side of the negotiating table from him. He really did a number on the vendors that they looked at on pricing. It was pretty impressive. We have negotiations coming up with Public Works pretty soon. I'm going to be pulling you into those, Mark. Yes, oh, you're right, it is. But I wanted to kind of, so we included in the budget this year an allocation to use these applications called IT Pipes. And I wanted to give Mark a chance to kind of show you what he's doing because it coincides with an initiative that over the next 10 years Jim Degnan is going to undertake. So Mark, if you please.
So, I guess with introductions out of the way, I'll focus on IT Pipes. So before I get into that, though, just in case anyone doesn't know, Department of Environmental Services has a camera truck that they use for CCTV inspections for sewer lines. So if there's an issue, they can drive the truck up, drop the camera in, and get a detailed look at exactly what's going on. So before that, we had software from Q's called GraniteNet. That was our inspection software. The problem with it was that it was not good. It was very cumbersome, very difficult to update. It was all the data was stored locally on the truck. No way to really keep it safe. We actually almost lost the data a few years ago when we tried to push an update to the truck. So we needed something new, something more accessible, something that would give us more access to the data, internally and externally. So Jim and I looked at a solution from MTSA called IT Pipes, and we brought them in, signed on last year. Implementation took between 3 to 4 months. And other than having to replace the truck's computer, everything went pretty smoothly. So, so far we've done 102 inspections since going live, and we've been getting some pretty good results. They're conducted at a much quicker and more efficient pace. The data is now stored in the cloud rather than just locally on the truck, so it's better protected and it's more accessible to stakeholders in the office. So when they do an inspection, they sync it up, it goes to the cloud, you can do it right in the office, click of a button, very easy. So updates to the truck, very easy as well. So before we had no real linkage to the GIS assets, and it was very out of date by 2 or 3 years. So with this, we're able to just keep up the GIS data as fast as I can update it. So it's very real time. The guys aren't working with anything outdated. And we've even been able to use this system to communicate with our contractors. So whenever Insight Pipe needs more details on what do I have to do to get a quote for you to replace this pipe or line this pipe, instead of just having the guys turn on the truck, fish around, copy it onto a flash drive, and then try to figure out how to send a 75 meg video over email. All we have to do is send them a hyperlink to the video in our system, and they click on it, and it's there waiting for them. And all of the observations are nicely formatted for them too, so it makes their job very easy. So with all that out of the way, I should give you a look at what this system is like. So this is the web portal. This is where everybody in the office can see the actual inspections. So Susan has an account, Jim has an account, the Public Works foreman have an account. And from here we can see all the inspections listed. I'll go to the current month, because that's pretty relevant. And from here you can see, okay, I did this inspection at Circle Drive. I click on it. It's going to open up the details. So the video is right here, ready for you to view. In the old system, here's the take movies. But also, an improvement is that all the details of what was found, all the observations are listed right here. And in the old system also, if you had say a 20-minute video, this isn't a great example because it's 5, but if if you had 20 minutes, you had to basically watch the whole thing before you found what was relevant to you. But with this one, you can go ahead and click on the different observations over here, and it takes you exactly where you need to go in the video. You don't have to wait like 20 minutes to find what you're looking for. You just click to it and it goes right there. And from here, you can click a hyperlink, create that, and I can send this to a resident so that when they open it up, this is what they see. Screenshot, video's coming in, observations are right here. They can put this right in front of their plumber and say, you know, this is exactly what needs to happen, this is what the problem is, and then we can go from there. So this can be used for residents and internal staff. Makes data sharing a lot more easier. In terms of, yeah, in terms of results, staff has been very happy with this. I mean, you can see it's not going to. It's not zooming in too much. It's still zooming in too much. The screen is different. Not sure. Well, so the real-time linkage with the map is very nice. If I was able to get over it, to it without the screen blocking it, you'd be able to see all the inspections popping up on it, so you have a real-time view of exactly what was done over the past month. We've seen some real returns on investment here, so one of the reasons we did this was to make it so that it would be easier to inspect more lines in a given year. I think we wanted to do 5 to 10% of the lines, per year if possible. And the results are pretty encouraging. With the reporting that we're able to get from this software, I can see that in 2024 we did 65 inspections. 2025 we did 78. This year we're in August, almost September, and we've already done 104. So the results are showing themselves, I would say. But that's pretty much the basic gist of IT pipes. So we're getting some real efficiency gains here, bringing ourselves into more modern practices for sanitary sewer work. And, yeah, this is what your investment is purchased, so appreciate your faith in that.
Thank you for the demo. It seems to be an impressive system.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would also like to say it's been very beneficial for our Public Works Department as well. We, whenever we're having an issue with a storm sewer pipe, they're able to go out and inspect it, and it's very accessible. And we've been having an issue on Mount Royal Boulevard down by the bridge there, and there's a couple sections of state pipe. We were able to send an email capturing a video. Their contractor drilled a guide rail post into their storm sewer pipe, which was contributing to part of the drainage
Probably
problem.
impacts the efficiency.
So they're
of
like,
it.
no, we flushed it out. Well, you flushed it out, but there's still an issue there. So it is very beneficial program. So we appreciate it as well.
All right, thank you.
I will say that my little mantra when I was accusing Jim of being, increased cost, I mentioned camera subscription. Well, it's not cheap. It's $16,000 per year.
Well, that was the startup cost.
That's the startup cost.
There was a startup cost
Yeah.
that was slightly higher. but
Well,
yes.
yeah.
But it's not cheap.
No,
It's not cheap.
I think it's,
It's 11,000 per year.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's in my head. All the time.
Yeah, you'll hear more from me.
And there's a memo before all of you tonight from Jim. And one of the things he talks about, is going to be using this IT pipes, is their goal over the next 10 years, Department of Environmental Services, is to clean and review the entire system over a 10-year time frame. So they've divided the system into tenths, and we're going to go about it every year. We're going to do, 7 miles, I believe is what it is? Or
14 miles a
14
year.
miles? Okay, my bad. Yeah.
And we're well on track to be able to hit our mark this year. A lot of it, obviously the software is a huge help, but by having staff and equipment in one designated location certainly helps the process. So we do have an obligation to actually maintain this infrastructure, and now we're going to be able to really hit those marks the way we should have, and now we're doing it. So.
And the last point I want to make, and just recognizing Mark, he's been working very closely with community development on an application for online building permit submittal. I'm hoping that over the next 2 months, we'll have a recommendation to you on that as well. But Mark has put his negotiating skills, yet again, to great effect to the test.
Do what we can.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
Of course. Thank you.
Can you fly a drone in one of those? No.
Someday.
Put a camera on the drone and shoot it down.
All right, for the library board, I have nothing to add because unfortunately I had to miss the meeting last night. Well, actually, I do have one thing to add. September is Love Your Library Month, and any donations, if you were so inclined to donate to the library, will be matched during the month of September by the Buncher Foundation. So, anything else from
I have nothing to add, I'm
administration?
done.
Public safety, please.
I have nothing to add to the report.
All right. EMS monthly
I
report,
might have a
please.
couple things.
Yeah, I see you have a nice toy there.
So it's a, something, it's gonna sit up here.
Oh, that doesn't seem like a good idea.
So this is one of our new cardiac monitors.
Yeah,
that,
Please don't
If
drop
that falls,
that.
how much are you out?
I'm sorry?
If that falls,
Well, it's
how
not
much are you
going to.
out?
That's my hands on it.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why my
Jerry's
hands
getting
on
up.
it. I appreciate your
We're all
nervousness though, Jerry.
concerned here.
So these are our new cardiac monitors. We
That
put these in
costs a lot,
service
too.
last weekend.
I'm sure. So,
And I want to bring it and share with you because this is possible because of the support we get from our communities. This is a significant expense. These are $55,000 each. We got 6 for a total expense of $330,000.
can you put your other hand on it?
Okay.
Tony?
I mean, you
I
could put
also
it
have
on the
faith in the
floor,
durability
Eric,
of
you
this
don't need to
product.
put it up there, I mean.
So what the technology, the reason for this change though is the technology this brings is just unbelievable. When I started in this business, we literally had a product that cost $5,000, but it did a 3-lead EKG and it had the paddles to shock somebody's heart. This is, first of all, it's a touch screen, so it makes it very easy to use, very intuitive. It is a defibrillator, it's an AED. It also is very sophisticated with dealing with adults or pediatric patients. It does, just through a finger clip, oxygen saturation monitoring, carbon dioxide monitoring for patients that are intubated or for patients that are on nasal cannulas, and also carboxyhemoglobin for people that have CO, carbon monoxide exposure to measure it. It's a pacemaker. It does so many things, and the big thing that besides all those functions it does, the software built into this is unbelievable. To track when we're doing a cardiac arrest, how we're ventilating people, and to give feedback immediately as far as how we're ventilating, if it's adequate, if it's enough air, if it's too much air, if it's too fast, too slow, and CPR is the right depth, or releasing at the top of the release enough. Are we going fast enough, too slow? And it coaches you on all of those things. And then it takes all of that and puts it on a piece of paper for critique after the fact. So we do a cardiac arrest, we know how we did, and we can review it to know how to do better next time. So this really is a phenomenal new tool for us. It's been in place for not quite a week yet, and we've had 0 problems. It's been the company that came out and did great training with our staff. And so we're very, very excited about this, and I'll get it off here now so that you can all take a deep breath. And believe it or not, if you pick it up, you see how solid it is and how heavy it is. It's a few pounds lighter than what we used to carry. But the pouches are everything we need to carry to work with it for all the population we might come across. So that's an exciting time. I want to talk about the architect, already done. Super excited about that, obviously, looking forward to moving forward. And then the last thing is we have taken possession of a coming out of service police vehicle that we're working through outfitting that very minor way, but it's really a Band-Aid until we get in the new station. Many times now we have responses that shift change, and the overnight crew's out on a call, and we have a crew sitting here that can't respond. So in the new station, there'll be 2 ambulances there, and with the fleet we already have. But we don't have the ability to store an ambulance up here now. With that, it's going to be equipped with base equipment, an AED, and so forth, so our crews on duty can respond and make sure we're not delaying patient care during that change of shift and so forth. So we're really looking forward to get that up and running, which will be in the next couple of weeks. And that's my report. Unless there's any questions.
No questions, but I know some of the folks who worked on that interface design. I'll let them know that you're quite happy with it.
Yeah, it is just the whole thing is from soup to nuts, pretty amazing. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Community Services.
At the last meeting, I had mentioned that there was one bid received for the Shaycog rock salt agreement for 2627 at a price of $160 a ton from American Rock, and we are definitely recommending that it be rejected. So we're waiting to see what the CoStar's contract comes in, but we already have the Morton salt. So I'm recommending that it be rejected this year, please.
Anyone have any questions? All right, then can I get a motion to reject the Shaycog rock salt agreement for the 26-27 winter season per the Assistant Township Manager's recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Shuley?
Favor.
Ms.
Sorry.
Blackburn?
Favor.
Ms. Fritsch?
Favor.
Mr. Midgley?
Favor.
Dr. Johnson?
Favor. Item B, monthly reports. Anything to add?
I have nothing else to add unless you have questions.
Where are we at? Environmental Services, please.
Thank you, Madam President. This evening, we're requesting execution of the easement agreement with the Paxton family at 2515 Toner Avenue. As you recall, this is a 10-foot easement agreement that would allow us access off of Toner Avenue to the back of the property, which right now is landlocked for us on a portion of the land in which we need to maintain. They have signed this agreement already, I believe.
All right, anyone have any questions? Then can I get a motion to execute the easement agreement with the Paxtons at 2515 Toner Avenue per the Environmental Service Director's recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Blackburn?
Favor.
Ms. Fritsch?
Favor.
Mr. Midgley?
Favor.
Mr. Shuley?
Favor.
Dr. Johnson?
Favor. Anything to add to your monthly report?
Thank you. I have nothing unless there are questions.
All right, zoning and planning.
Thank you.
I guess I'll take it on. We're just seeking a tabling of the first three items on there. It's all associated with 7 Brew, their conditional use, their lot consolidation, their preliminary final land development. The hearing has been continued to September 9th for the conditional use, and assuming we close the hearing after that, we'll have 45 days to render a decision.
Anyone have any questions? All right, then can I have a motion to table the 7 Brew preliminary and final land development application 26-03, the conditional use application 26-01, and the lot consolidation use application 26-02?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Fritsch?
Favor.
Mr. Midgley?
Favor.
Mr. Shuley?
Favor.
Ms. Blackburn?
Favor.
Dr. Johnson?
Favor.
I have nothing to add to the monthly report.
Nothing to add.
All right, old business then, please.
Actually, the only thing, it doesn't show up on here as an event, but if you've checked our website or you've seen our social media, the police department is putting on a Citizens Police Academy. Officer Carl Good will be leading it. I give Carl credit for designing this because it's way beyond my skills. But I've done these programs before. They're really wonderful. I would encourage anyone, including council members, if you'd like, please sign up for this event.
I just want to say I've actually done our Citizens Police Academy twice, and both times it was incredibly interesting and extremely informative. So if you can attend, I would really highly encourage it. All right, otherwise, farmers markets, Pints in the Park coming up on 9/11, the dogs from at the pool, 9/12, and the semi-quincentennial ball for the museum on the 26th. All
Say
right.
that again.
I don't think I can. Does anyone have any new business that they would like to add? Anyone else? All right, then we will adjourn to an executive session, and what will we be?
Legal.
For legal issues. Thank you everyone for coming this evening.
Mike, Mark, Al, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Frank, thank you as always.
Yes,
Bye,
have a
Frank.
good night.
Yeah.